Before March 13, 2020, we were all living relatively normal lives. There was no such thing as wearing a mask in public, social distancing, and many of us even left the house when we were feeling sick thinking it'll just pass. But 3 years later, we know that this is a thing of the past. We know now that we have to maintain our 6 foot distance from each other, wear a mask over our nose and our mouths, and most of us have learned the lesson to not leave the house even if we have a simple cough. While all this is important to maintaining the health and safety of everyone during the COVID-19 pandemic, it's also important to get tested when you feel sick. Getting COVID tested allows us to differentiate between having COVID versus having another illness such as a common cold or the flu. It tells us who does and who does not have COVID. This allows healthcare providers to properly treat those who have been affected, as well as protect themselves and other people from the spread of the virus. There are people, such as clinical laboratory scientists, whose job it is to provide and analyze these COVID tests when we send them to them. They help to maintain everyone's health and safety in the community. So instead of assuming it's just another common cold or a cough that will easily pass, get a COVID test just to make sure. That way you can contribute to the health and safety of your community.
Clinical laboratory science is a branch of medicine that deals with the necessary information and services needed to both diagnose and treat a wide range of diseases. These scientists are also known as medical technologists, as the profession dates all the way back to the American Revolution, where interestingly it began as a woman-dominated field, because at the time, career opportunities were very limited and male-dominated up until the epidemic outbreaks in the late 19th century that began an increase in the demand for lab testing when it comes to patient care. As a clinical lab scientist, some responsibilities would include analyzing samples of blood, cells, tissues, bodily fluids, utilizing high precision lab equipment, as the most of your time is going to be spent working in the lab, and overseeing the work of medical lab technicians who are there to help you in your project and help you in every step of that way. And at Howard University, the Clinical Lab Science program is accredited by the National Accrediting Agency for Clinical Laboratory Sciences, NAACLS. This 4-year bachelor program is uniquely divided into 2 sections of the lower and upper divisions. During this time, students are completing prerequisites and even moving on to advanced courses pertaining to their field. And during their final year, as seniors, students are able to gain hands-on clinical experience. A bachelor in the field of clinical lab sciences preps students for various careers in different labs, such as clinical and forensic labs, in different industries, such as biotechnology and pharmaceutical industries, and even in a corporate role that would involve employment, such as management, marketing, and biomedical sales. And employment is often through very popular organizations such as the FDA, CDC, NIH, and even the Red Cross. When it comes to success within the clinical lab science at Howard University, students are provided with an educational experience that prepares them not only for their career post-grad, but instills core values consistent with professionalism, compassion, and ethics that they're able to use and to grow on as they continue with their career.
It is so easy to get your own COVID test. You can do an at-home test, which is very, very easy, or you can get a PCR test from your local pharmacy or right here at Howard University. To take an at-home test, there are directions right in the box that you can follow to a T in order to get the most accurate results. In order to get yours, or to take a test from your local pharmacy or Howard University, you're going to get a swab each nostril 6 times, and put it in the test tube and give it to your clinical lab scientist to test your culture. You will be able to get your results in 24 to 48 hours. It's so easy to get a test. So remember, if you're feeling sick, make sure you get tested.